Hey kids, it's Arp. This is the ArpCast, somewhat live from the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains in eastern Tennessee. Today we talk about different things, weird people, and maybe unicorns and rainbows. We read poetry and short stories too. Most of all, we keep it real. This is the ArpCast, starting now. ArpCast number 48, February 5, 2018. That's right, the 5th day of February 2018. It's a Monday night. It's our monthly Movie Mondays program. I can't wait to talk about the movie tonight. I hope you didn't drive angry today. I know some of you did, because you admitted that you did. It's okay. Because I got a treat for you tonight, Movie Mondays. Day one of the Bliss starts tonight. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You get me. And on YouTube, remember, we're trying to get to 100 by May 4 on YouTube. Subscribe there. ArpCast number 50 is this Friday. I can't wait. A little different take on Movie Mondays tonight, a documentary. And I was talking to someone previewing the program today, and I was just shocked. Lovely person. And I go, the show tonight is about an apology to elephants, which is an HBO documentary starring, narrated by Lily Tomlin. And she goes, "Oh, I love elephants." So she starts pulling out all this elephant stuff. And I'm amazed. I've got friends down in Atlanta, same way. Lovely lady. She, big elephants everywhere in her house, and it's just amazing. So, an apology to elephants, narrated by Lily Tomlin. These wonderful, intelligent creatures confirm there is a power beyond us all. Again, whether you believe in a god or whatever, it doesn't matter. Awe-inspiring. The way they treat one another, the way they react to their environments and their surroundings. Their captivity reminds us that an ill wind blows through us all. We keep them for their for our entertainment, scientific research, and for their precious ivory. Why? What is wrong with us? And that's really the problem here. The problem is with us, not with them. They occupy whatever space they occupy, and it's a lot of space. They're big creatures. But they're humble creatures. They're familial creatures. They don't like to be apart from one another. Daughters will stay with mothers their entire lives. That's incredible when you think about it. The bond that there must be in those families. So in 40 minutes, that's all you got to give up. 40 minutes. The filmmakers do a wonderful job of discussing their plight and what we've done through circuses and zoos and so forth and so on to really create a horrible environment for elephants, and I'm sure other animals as well. The ALF, ARP's likability factor, love, like, meh, dislike, loathe. I love this. 40 minutes, give it up for these filmmakers. Listen to Lily Tomlin, you'll love it. Glad you could be here to appreciate that, and I encourage you to check out An Apology to Elephants. So a little additional piece here tonight. I haven't read in a while from our favorite book, The Speaker's Garland and Literary Bouquet. And Gil Young gave me this book, and what a wonderful soul. It's like 150 years old. It's fallen apart. Most people wouldn't touch it, but here we are. So I found this piece. I started reading it from the beginning a couple of nights ago. The Worth of Eloquence. I'm just going to read it to you, and then we're going to close. The Worth of Eloquence. Let us not, gentlemen, undervalue the art of the orator. Of all the efforts of the human mind, it is the most astonishing in its nature and the most transcendent in its immediate triumphs. The wisdom of the philosopher, the eloquence of the historian, the sagacity of the statesman, the capacity of the general, may produce more lasting effects upon human affairs, but they are incomparably less rapid in their influence and less intoxicating from the ascendancy they confer. In the solitude of his library, the sage meditates on the truths which are to influence the thoughts and direct the conduct of men in future times. Amid the strife of faction, the legislator discerns the measures calculated, after a long course of years, to alleviate existing evils or produce happiness yet unborn. During long and wearisome campaigns, the commander throws his shield over the fortunes of his country and prepares in silence and amid obloquy the means of maintaining its independence. But the triumphs of the orator are immediate. His influence is instantly felt. His and his alone it is, quote, the applause of listening senates to command, the threats of pain and ruin to despise, to scatter plenty or a smiling land, and read his history in a nation's eyes. Quote, I can conceive, end quote, says Cicero, of no accomplishment more to be desired than to be able to captivate the affections, charm the understanding, and direct or restrain at pleasure the will of whole assemblies. This single art has amongst every free people commanded the greatest encouragement and been attended with the most surprising effects. For what can be more astonishing than that from an immense multitude one man should come forth, the only, or almost the only man who can do what nature has made attainable by all? Or can anything impart to the ears and the understanding a pleasure so pure as a discourse which at once delights by its elocution, enlists the passions by its rhetoric, and carries captive the conviction by its logic? What triumph more noble and magnificent than that of the eloquence of one man, swaying the inclinations of the people, the consciences of judges, and the majesty of senates? Nay, farther, cannot be esteemed so grand, so generous, so public-spirited as to relieve the suppliant, to raise up the prostrate, to communicate happiness, to avert danger, to save a fellow citizen from exile and wrong, cannot be more desirable than to have always ready those weapons with which we can at once defend the weak, assail the profligate, and redress our own or our country's injuries. But apart from the utility of this art in the forum, the rostrum, the senate, and on the bench, can anything in retirement from business be more delightful, more socially endearing than a language and elocution agreeable and polished on every subject? For the great characteristic of our nature, that which distinguishes us from brutes, is our capacity of social intercourse, our ability to convey our ideas by words. Ought it not then to be preeminently our study to excel mankind in that very faculty which constitutes their superiority over brutes? Upon the eloquence and spirit of an accomplished orator may often depend not only his own dignity, but the welfare of a government, nay, of a people. Go on, then, ye who would attain this inestimable art. Ply thy study you have in hand. Pursue it with singleness of purpose, at once for your own honor, for the advantage of your friends, and for the service of your country. The Worth of Eloquence. Anonymously submitted way back when. Happy to have read it for you tonight. Have a great Monday. We'll see you back on the program Wednesday. Good night. Well, kids, you know who this is. It's ARP, damn it. You have been listening to the ArpCast, a sensational, fact-filled experience meant to change the world. I'm happy you stopped by. Our sponsors, those greedy, wily bastards, thank you too. Make sure to write. This has been the ArpCast. I'm out.